So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. How long will the iPhone XR last? Yes, this is the product red edition. I have the 64 gig, the entry level, the one that everybody's like, no way I'm paying $750 for a 720p screen. You better get out of here right now. Also the one people saying, you know what, that's actually not a bad deal for having most of all the new iPhone, features for, less than $1,000. And they already picked one up and are pretty happy with it because the people who have bought it haven't been writing in the comment section that often that they don't like the phone. I think I had one commenter say, I bought the XR, it wasn't a bad phone, I traded it in, got the XS Max, I'm a little bit happier just because I prefer the more premium iPhone XS Max, but they said it wasn't a bad device. So I think that many of you are seeing comment about the iPhone XR are ones that really haven't used this device and have experienced it in the real everyday world. It's actually not that bad of a device. So how long will it last? 2024 is my guess on the iPhone XR. Here's why. The 7nm chipset. When Apple released the iPhone 5S in 2013, it came with an Apple A7 chipset that was built on a 28nm architecture. This has 7nm, so it's like 4 times or whatever better than an iPhone 5S when it comes to the chipset. So if the iPhone 5S is still being updated, it's 5 years later, we can expect this one to go 5 or 6 years, being a much higher level of RAM as well. And that's the next reason I think it's gonna last till 2024 is the RAM. 3 GB might not be enough on an Android device, but for the way iOS operates on a smartphone, 3 GB of RAM, I would say on an iPhone is like having 6 GB of RAM on an Android phone, or maybe even 4 GB of RAM on an Android phone, but still it's plenty enough for iOS here on this device. Another reason why I think the iPhone XR will go really long into the distance is because of the scandal Apple had with them slowing down phones and people really getting upset about this device. The Apple iPhone devices being slowed down, and they gave you the performance feature. Now you can choose whether or not you want to tweak the performance. So that's a big deal if you want your phone to keep running fast. Now, when it comes to the battery, this also will last longer because you surely just have a bigger battery size in this phone. And when you have a bigger battery size, it's not going to lose capacity as fast. There's a lot of iPhone 10 owners that have been saying that their iPhones have been lasting longer than ever, but there's a few who have been, losing capacity as well. So it's not everyone, but it will actually hold capacity longer than some of the recent models because it's just a bigger battery in general. So how long will it last in terms of its camera department? Now, the camera on there is a single lens for the iPhone XR, and I think it'll also last till 2024 quite easily. You're only gonna miss out a little bit on the zoom if you care about that. That's another debate people are saying. I don't like the fact it doesn't have a zoom. I don't like the fact that it doesn't do, object detection. If that's you, don't buy this phone. But for everybody who just wants a really good video camera, 4K 60 on here, no time limit on here. So amazing video quality, smart HDR for basically easy shots that aren't gonna really take any skill at all to get amazing photos from the XR. So this phone is easily gonna last till 2023, 2024 when it comes to the camera. Now, I'm not saying that its successor and other cameras are not going to outdo it. They definitely are. But this one is built to last because it's not limited by its software like other iPhone cameras in the past. Like, you're not gonna get smart HDR on the 6S. You're not getting it on the 7. You're only getting it on the XR, XS, and XS Max, meaning that it should last longer because it has a great sensor, but also software, whereas the other one just had great sensors on them and not so much on the software side. So there you go. The camera definitely gonna last. So when it comes to value, the iPhone XR is actually a tricky proposition because I feel like it's gonna drop value faster than, say, the iPhone XS and XS Max, and maybe even the 10. And here's why: because the iPhone XR is gonna be succeeded by a phone that has, an OLED screen likely. So I think that the iPhone XR, you're gonna be able to find it in a couple years for like $450 or $500, just in like two small years. So 7nm technology is still gonna be very fast in 2 years, and it's still gonna have a very good camera. And I think many people, many people aren't buying it now are gonna be asking the question, should I buy an iPhone XR, say in 2020, for example? So that's it for me. How long will it last? My guess is 6 years. My guess is 2024. Let's see how it pans out. Now, there's gonna be a lot of objections out there. People saying, you know what, Nick, I love your videos. By the way, thank you if you do appreciate this content. I appreciate each and every one of you. But you know what? You've just lost your mind in this one, bro. Like, you've lost it. Like, I'm not buying the 10R. I don't care what you say, bro. I'm not buying 720. I'm not buying under 1080 for this price point. And that's cool. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear what you guys got to say down below about this, because I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong here, but I'm pretty sure that I'm correct in the fact of a 7nm chipset being a very innovative chip design, a software lasting forever, battery capacity holding up longer because of a bigger size, and having software combined with hardware on the camera, making this camera last much longer. Take a Pixel 2, for example, of last year, still an amazing camera because of software. Will continue to be an amazing camera for years to come. So I have a question for you. How long do you think the iPhone XR will last into the future? And do you see this one in your future? If you do, comment why down below. If you really object to this, don't just leave a simple comment, the iPhone XR is crap. Some person's just gonna hear that, you know, statement and they're gonna write it anyway to try to get on my nerves. I'm not replying to you, so don't even expect it. The iPhone XR, if you said no, explain why. Why? Like a few reasons, like seriously, like that you feel like you're like, no, man, I'm not doing that. And I want to see what the scales are like. How many people are like, no way, and how many people are like, yes way. And if we find that more people are like yes, then the iPhone XR definitely is doing pretty well. If we find more people that are no, then maybe it's not doing so well, but it's fun to talk about. That's it. That's my predictions on how long will the iPhone XR last. If you guys like this style of video where we talk one-on-one, you know, me and you, more personal, let me know down below. I'll continue making more of these type videos. And this is the last one on the XR for a few days because we did quite a bit on this phone, but really that thing has been on my mind, this debate that's been going back and forth with this phone. If you guys found this video helpful, entertaining, informing, enjoying, click that like button for me. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Be sure to be well, and peace.